Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we will get ourselves underway. My name is Liam Bentley, the GM of Football Operations here at Northern. I'm joined by our CEO, Peter Haynes, and from our Board of Directors, Dave Willoughby. And we are here today for the end of the Women's State Cup and of course the Community Plate Final. And a massive shout out, it's really good to see two regional teams competing at this level as well. Both teams also involved in our brand new Regional Super League, so massive year for regional football for both Lake Katai and for Urunga. Before we get to the players, we of course have to get to our match officials. So I'll ask Pete to grab the medals for our match officials, and I will invite up our match officials, starting with fourth official, Brad Cowan. Our assistant referees, Tess Bromfield and Drew Silver. And our man in the middle, Miles McCormack. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the hardest job in football, no matter what anyone says, so massive round of applause, not only for these guys, but for all the referees you've had all weekend. Alright, I'd like to invite Craig Wilmer from Lake Katai to come and say a couple of words before... Is that a bad idea?
Very loud. I'd just like to call, just massive thank you to Urunga again. Last weekend we had a really good battle with each other, and you took really good care of us after us, put a beat on, and we hung out. Raiders from the north, Raiders from the south. Great bunch of crew. Big thank you to the officials for putting this on. Gives us the opportunity for our girls to test themselves. That's really bad. But just to test the level of calibre that we play against, so it's really good and we do appreciate it. So thank you so much for putting these things on. Super League as well, it's an amazing opportunity for the girls as well, and I think that's just going to build and build and build. And you can see the qualities that we've got up north now that I hope that was quite entertaining and back and forth game, and I'm really proud of my girls. It's 1-1 now, we're going to try and get to that Super League final and hopefully see you there. We'll get to the decider. But back onto this team, I've coached them for a few years now. There's a few players each year who come in. We constantly build, and they're always sort of the life of the party. When they're down here, I feel how they treat the other teams, and our teams treat them as well. So I just, to be honest, I love you all, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Craig. All right, Pete, if I can ask you to grab the runners-up medals. All right, girls, I'm going to call your name, so listen for the funny reverb. Hopefully you can hear your name, and then come and grab your medal from Pete. So, Finley Harry. Lainey Elford. I should have called you first. Nia Brown. Evie Bublack. Sophie Batchelor. Asha Park. Chelsea Hall. Olivia Mara. Natasha Roos. Indiana Hardesty. Gemma Murphy Waters. Lauren Byrne. Michaela Elford. Claire Briggs. Hayley Crowell. And of course the coach and the staff, Craig Burner, Whitney Soros, Emily Newitt and Anna Stricker. Alright, thank you very much. Congratulations again to Wade Camp. But that brings us to our champions, Yolanda! I'd like to invite Trevor Martin to say a couple of words.
I guess I'm just going to echo a lot of the same thoughts that we've already heard. First of all, thanks to the organisers putting on this competition for us. We always look forward to it every year. It comes down, it gives us an opportunity to play at a higher level against stronger opposition. So we grow from it and we really appreciate it. Lake Cat Eye, you guys put together a great game, great tournament from what I saw of it. And it's good to, as you said, have a local derby for a final in a community faith competition. So we appreciate your efforts. Congratulations. No real losers today, I didn't think. We got one each. I think it's a draw. We'll call it that. For my girls, we're always working hard to get to another level. Every time we play, we look to grow. Got some younger girls in there who have all stepped up this season and really showed us today how far they've come. So we appreciate that from our point of view. The girls who helped them to grow, I also appreciate that. So leading from the top. So in closing, girls, I guess I'm just happy to get to this point, get the cup at the end of the day, or the plate at the end of the day. And I really appreciate the effort that you guys put in year after year, putting up with me. I hope the football is worth it. It is for me. So I love it, girls. Brilliant. Thanks.
Thank you very much. All right, I'm going to ask Dave Willoughby from the reports to hand out the medals with Pete's assistance. I'm going to start with Tiara Salmon, Serene Brandy, Brianna Martin, Bronte Wall, Lauren Whitney, Savannah Harris, Shereen Bowen, Kate Jansia Fry, Ella Mackenzie Taylor, Emily Running, Eloise Brown, Gracie Lucy Winter, Evie Killibanks, Sophie Lamb, Bella Burbeck, and Jennifer Doyle. And of course, Coach Trevor Martin. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Community Play winners, Uranga!
I don't want to deal with it. It's bad. But I would just ask her to get my best. Yeah, wasn't it? Hello and welcome to the Northern New South Wales State Cup Women's Final. There's two very familiar combatants as Charlestown Azzurri and Maitland go head-to-head here at Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility in Spears Point. Chris McPherson and Alana Neve bringing you all of the action across the next hour or so as these two go head-to-head for the second time this year for some silverware. And Alana, there's no love lost between these two sides.
Absolutely not. It's always a tight game between these two. It's going to be exciting. Obviously, it's a great pinnacle of the Women's State Cup is for these two to be in the final. So it could go either way.
Certainly could. Let's go through the two squads. So for Charlestown Azzurri, their two goalkeepers are number 1, Mally Blanche, number 16, Danielle Bartels, number 2 is Kyra Dickey, number 5 is Georgia Brown, number 6, Alyssa Togo Paragilli, number 8, Brianna Williams, number 9 is Jana Fraser, number 10, Melina Ayres, number 12 is Neve Nolan, number 30 is Kate Spranger, number 27, Charlotte Van Eppen, number 28, Chelsea Lucas, number 23, Nia Small, number 20, Poppy White, number 32, Sienna Fraser Kelly. For Maitland in goals, for them will be number 1, Annabella Thornton, their backup, and reserve goalkeeper number 39, Alex Tagarulius. Number 2 is Charlie O'Connor, number 3, Julie Innes. Number 5 is Paige Kingston Hogg. Number 7, Lana Kearney. Number 9, Sophie Jones. Number 10, Josie Morley. Number 11, Sophie Stapleford. Number 14, Renee Pountney. Number 15, Will O'Neill. Number 17, Serena Carter. Number 18, Talia Gosner. Number 22, Georgie Williams. And number 36, Sophie Nenadovich. They're coached by Joe Wright. Charlestown coached by Heath White. We are all set for kickoff here at Lake Macquarie. It's going to be a tight battle. Not a lot separating these two teams. Charlestown got it done here in a League Cup final only a half a dozen or so weeks ago with a clinical performance in tough conditions on the synthetic. The last time they clashed, Alana, we were pitch side for that one for the match of the round, and it was only one goal separating them in a tough and challenging encounter.
Yeah, we were. Could have gone either way that game. Charlestown got win that day. Let's see who does it tonight.
Certainly going to be an interesting one. 50 minutes of football to decide it. Just a reminder, if it is level at the end of regulation time, we are straight to penalty shootouts. Melina Ayres will be the one to get us started. Charlestown heading from left to right of your screen in the first half. Maitland in their traditional white with black shorts from right to left. Temperatures dropping. It's getting cooler here as we settle into the third day of the State Cup. And we are underway. And Fraser comes wide here. Working the ball around Charlestown through their midfield. A little bit of a misstep there from Dickey. Turns the ball over. If you're only just tuning in the earlier game, it was a win for the Urunga Raiders over the Lake Caddo Raiders in the community plate. A really well fought out clash. Sophie Nenadovich in a different jersey today. Normally wears the 8 in 36. Back to Talia Gosner. The ball worked forward. Kingston Hogg. The midfield threat feeds it wide on the right. Now ball infield. Looking for Pountney. Couldn't find the target though. Oh, just trickle away over the byline.
Fast start for both sides, considering we've had a full weekend of football. They've still got a lot of energy out there.
It's going to be interesting to see how they maintain that across the 50 minutes. They're doing well with the cold. I can barely move my legs here standing still, so just getting going out there. It's that stop-start nature too as well, Anna, isn't it? That just adds to that challenge. It's not just, you know, play a game and have the rest of the day off. These guys played a semi-final just over an hour ago. I mean, it's almost an hour on the dot that Charlestown finished their penalty shootout in the semi-final against Adamstown. Maitland were comfortable winners over Newcastle Olympic, the defending champs in their semi-final. Nice little tap on from Pountney here. Kearney feeds it infield. Morley sends it down, but it's picked off. Togo Paragilli. And a challenge there. Kingston Hogg comes away with it, feeds it on for Neil. End swing. South African International feeds it wide now. Pountney. Morley sniffing about around the outside, and that's where they feed it. Can she keep it in? Not quite. She's pulled up a little awkwardly there, actually. We'll keep an eye on that. Little divot she points it on the way back through.
It was great vision to see they were going in the middle, and then there was a pull for the right. So good pass, just a bit heavy.
Ayres fighting tooth and nail, prods it across the line. Last touch. Judged off Maitland. Charlestown with the throw. They go longer. Looking for Fraser Kelly. Appeals for handball, and Melina Ayres collected after the fact. And it's the other challenge as you get to the end of a sixth game of football. All those knocks feel a little heavier. You're already wearing a few of them, a few bruises and bumps from the ins and outs of all those games of football.
Yeah, that's it. They just compile over the weekend. There'll be a few people doing some ice baths and some heat therapy after this for sure.
Yeah, I think there might be a few people that might be questionably listed for work tomorrow. Well, O'Neill tries to range one in. They're all completely genuine injuries, not just celebrations for the winning side if you're a boss and you're listening now.
Yes, of course.
Wait and see
that
what
never
comes.
happens.
No, exactly right. Everyone is very responsible and keeps their celebrations in moderation. For Charlestown at the moment, it would have been a lot. This is a chance for a third piece of silverware already this season. They've already got the Charity Cup. They've already got the League Cup and now chasing the treble with the State Cup. Could be quite a season. I mean, they're potentially, I know there's a bit of a gap at the top of the ladder, they're potentially in a position where they could win, if everything went right, 5 pieces of silver in a season. They talk about trebles and, things in European and continental football. I don't think I know of many sides that have taken out 5 pieces of silver in a season.
No, that's pretty massive. They do know how to play big games.
I think Maitland will have something to say about that, though. I think both of these sides will be fighting out for those, the pointy ends of those other 2 trophies we're talking about. And in the meantime, they're fighting tooth and nail here. The cross from the corner doesn't quite find a target. Now they go along the ground and prodded forward on Georgia Brown. And they work around the outside. Beats everyone. Little mistake. Just parried away. Bartels does well. Now Kearney chasing up, putting the pressure on. And Bartels absolutely saved the blemishes of her defence there. She made some phenomenal saves in their semi-final as well.
Yeah, what a great save. It was a good flick on. If she hadn't made that save, that definitely would have been in the back of the net.
Awkwardly spinning across the face of goal. She did very well. And Connor. Gosner just pops it back to Thornton. And they work forward. Kearney. Pountney. Lucas gets a boot in. Doesn't quite dispossess Maitland though. It falls friendly for them. And Connor goes all the way back to Thornton. Under pressure, Ayres pressing hard. Nardovic. Kearney tries to thread it in for end swing. Tracking back, though, is the defence. And they do well. Bartel sits in the pocket and takes it and clears it. Fraser can't control that. A little frustrated with it, but nonetheless, it goes to safety for the time being.
It's Maitland comfortable playing out of the back. They managed to get that through down the line. Just a bit heavy on their passing again.
Good control and swing. Crosses it across. I'm not sure who she was crossing it to. Sophie Stableford had her arms spread with exasperation at the top of the 18-yard box.
It may have been a little cross shot. Neither quite pulled off, but that's all right.
That's all right. Well, we saw it, maybe not executed perfectly, but it turned out quite well in the previous game. That's where Uranga's goal came from, a sort of half cross, half shot. A little bit of no man's land that got a defender stranded with a little deflection. And as we know, in these shortened formats of games, it only takes one. Headed forward by Kingston Hogg. Dickey going toe-to-toe. Appeals for a foul, but the referee points for a throw-in Maitland's favour. Go the short throw to Enswing. And prodded into the legs by Neal and gets another throw, just advanced a couple of metres down the sideline. Kingston Hogg. Ball spins up and sits awkwardly. Under pressure from two defenders and somehow spins away and takes it from them. Feeds the ball forward for Enswing. Trying to work hard. Trying to find a space. She's spinning in and out of traffic, but eventually they dispossess the blue jerseys of Charlestown.
It's a swarming defence there. They had two on the ball at all times and managed to shut that down.
I know the danger she presents, and you can't give her much space to work with. Enswing, she's an absolute maestro in tight quarters. I was going to try and find the feminine word for maestro, but I don't know if there is one. I could have been left with awkward silence while I thought of it. Lana Kearney for Gosner. Sends it forward, Stapleford. Can't quite control it. It goes across the sideline. I'm touching on this in the early game too. It's an adjustment for the players. They've spent all weekend, Friday, Saturday, and then again the round games and semi-finals today on the synthetics. Coming out here to the grass field. I might come back to that thought as it's pushed across the sideline by Chloe Martin. But it is a bit of an adjustment. It plays obviously quite differently. It's not as consistent. The varied bounce. You know, we saw over here before with Josie Morley just, you know, finding a divot herself. It's just all those little pieces, and it might be a little bit more forgiving on the joints, though.
Yeah, that's it. I think 2 days on the synthetic, multiple games, and then coming out here on the grass. But, yeah, definitely different play. But, you know, these two sides are a good footballing side. They can definitely adjust to that.
Certainly can. We've seen some quality displays so far. No overreaching signs of fatigue. I certainly saw with our community sides a little bit more in terms of the fatigue kicking in quite early in their games in the community plate final. Nonetheless, it was a great game to watch, and this one certainly on par, if not exceeding it. Early exchanges here.
So, well, I'm just noticing there's a couple of bigger squads in these two teams from the previous game. They had their 16 bare minimum, so yeah, that
shot from range, just over, just to the left, not far away. Charlestown spotted Annabella Thornton off her line and just thought they'd have a little bit of a crack. Might keep Annabella Thornton on her toes from here. Not far away.
That's close.
So tight from our position, I was waiting to see if it was the giveaway ripple of the net or not. So certainly wasn't far. Charlestown now on the advance. Well, Neal breaks down. Stapleford toes it forward. Can't control it. Enswing gets it back. Kingston Hogg against Fraser Kelly. Kingston Hogg comes away with it. Nice little 1-2. Heavy touch forward. Stapleford racing down the sideline. Just prodded away though. Chloe Martin, and it will be a corner for Maitland. Opportunity here for the Magpies. Can they nab first reward? Talia Gosden will go and take up her natural position at a corner as close as she can to the goalkeeper. Number of Maitland players. They've got 4 inside the 6-yard box. Morley, Enswing, Gosner, who is really pestering Bartels. Bartels comes off the line, a little bobble, but does well. All of Talia Gosner's work there comes unstuck. Lana Kearney prods it forward. Little tap on, looking for Pountney. Wasn't quite on target. Now Ayres. O'Connor does well. Elena Ayres takes a quick throw. O'Connor again against Chelsea Lucas. Just diffuses it. Both sides happy to play up-tempo football. Spranger now with the throw. Fraser Kelly. Can't control it. Loses it over the byline in the end under pressure from O'Connor. Certainly both sides quite willing, getting into some physical challenges, putting their bodies on the line, which is fairly admirable again when you consider the football they've put themselves through over the last few days.
Yeah, I just say it's no easy feat playing 2 full days and night and Friday night, so they're both doing very well.
They certainly are. They're putting on a show for us so far here in the first half of the Women's State Cup final for Northern New South Wales. As we said, 3 clashes already this season. 2 in the favour of Charlestown, 1 in favour of Maitland. Shot taken from range, but Bartell's calm and composed. Interesting that this is the second one they've played on neutral territory. Both the ones that have been played on one of the side's home grounds, the away side has won. So much for home ground advantage. They will clash once more during the regular season, and again, I certainly wouldn't be surprised to see them play once or twice during the final series. They'll know each other very well come their final clash of the year, whenever that might be. Gosner playing it back to Thornton. Lucas in pursuit now as Lana Kearney lobs it forward, looking for end swing. The flight of the ball a bit too much for her. Bartels comes racing out and drives it back down the other way. O'Connor heads it. Gosner trying to shut down the lane here. Fraser Kelly racing forward. Annabella Thornton with a nice catch that wouldn't look out of place in the Australian slips cordon. Very calm and composed. Just flicked the hands out at it at the last second.
It was almost like it had a magnet in her head.
The reason she's the reigning Northern New South Wales NPL goalkeeper of the year. Kingston Hogg here. Feeds the ball in. Pountney. Right idea. Kingston Hogg was just going laterally and she needed to be going the other direction.
Just a bit of miscommunication there in the box.
Good strong challenge there from Neal. She's certainly come into her own this season, has young Willow Neal. I'm actually talking about it with some people during their semi-final. Just touching on the parallels with Willow being from Urunga. Urunga playing in the last game.
Yeah, that's nice to see when players are excelling in their community club and then move down into an NPR side.
Shows the football pyramid's working. It's always nice. And I don't doubt after seeing some of those youngsters from both Urunga and Lake Caddo, there's plenty of those that could make a name for themselves in the coming years in this competition or other competitions at the NPL level. That's what we love about these community plate competitions, the Regional Super League as well. It gives them a chance to put themselves in the spotlight as ball prodded forward here dangerously. Nanardovic racing back, a little slip from Talia Gosner could have been dangerous, but they get away with it. Stableford pushes it forward, looking for Renee Pountney, who says, no, I'll let that one go. It can race across the line. That's okay.
Yeah, then Maitland got away with that one. Just through the legs. That cleaned up nicely in the end.
It was a good, strong contest from Kate Spranger there, just pushing through, and she takes the throw in. Nice touch there off the back of Fraser Kelly's head. So it'll be Lana Kearney with the throw. She's looking for Marianne Swang. Just lofts it in optimistically. Kearney prods it forward. Pountney now. Enswing touches it to the outside. Can she keep it in the field of play? She does well. Look at that beautiful control. Little feint now. Crosses it into the box. Headed down. Kingston Hogg prods it home. What a save. Danielle Bartel steps up to the mark again.
Great save from the keeper.
It's a wonderful first touch strike from Kingston Hogg. Again, we know the finishes that she can pull out are absolutely top shelf, and I thought she'd done it again there. Chelsea Lucas fighting with Kearney. Marianne Swing, and the referee's going to pull that up. Chelsea Lucas all over the top of the shoulder of Kearney, dragging it to ground. Charlie O'Connor will take this. Getting some feedback from the Charlestown bench as she lines up for this dead ball is O'Connor. Looking forward for Enswang. Martin comes across the back end swing, gets a half-hearted shot away, and it trickles off unthreateningly. You just see that last bit of execution, not quite there for either side just yet, and we saw that in the last game as well. That's probably the first thing that seems to go with the fatigue and the load and the tired legs. It's just those abilities to execute the more big moment passes and shots.
I'm ready just in case the ball gets.
Yeah, I was going to say we had some some moments in that last game, including you nearly taking a catch, but just losing your headset in the end. But all clear. Didn't need to get the doctors in and do the concussion protocols.
No, I was like
11 days out of commentary. You know, we would have been scrambling to find someone else. Might have had to try and drag Liam Bentley from ground announcing duties.
Yeah.
He can do both. He can do both.
No, I suppose we can now.
But luckily, all's well. Lana Kearney now tries to prod it forward. Fraser does well just to get a boot in. Can't control that, and it's going to be a Maitland throw in. Now end swing races forward to take this one. Ball back through the legs. That's some nice touch. Beats two. Beats a third. Nearly beats a fourth. Ball threaded forward for Kingston Hogg. The touch just a little heavy, but she gets it back off the legs. Feeds it into the box. End swing. Flag goes up. Danielle Bartels was on the money again, though, so it didn't matter.
It was a nice play from Maitland. She did well.
Certainly did. It was the right idea. Execution just a little bit out with the timing. Mardovic and Lucas come together. A little bit of frustration from Charlestown. Referee says play on. Renee Pountney now threads it through. End swing, tries to push it wide for Morley, but it's lobbed across the sideline. Yellow card for the assistant coach. Lana Kearney now with the throw. Ball fed back, Kearney. Nenardovic now. Fraser Kelly, a little nudge from behind. Plenty of physicality, as we said. His first half winds on Kingston. Hogg tries to take it on herself. Brown now heading in the opposite direction. She's got a runner down the wing. Comes back infield, looking for Ayres to connect with Fraser Kelly. She takes a strike from range, but it's well off target. Lost her footing as she hit it.
So I think that's the first patches of play from Charlestown in a little while. Maitland has been in their final third for a bit, so.
Yeah, Maitland's certainly dominating territory and possession, aren't they?
They are. But yeah, right idea. I think it's just maybe out of frustration.
Now Thornton drives it wide. Pushed back heavily. Jonah Fraser. Ball adjudged just across the line. Springer to take the throw. Winding up for the long one. Lofts it though. Looking for Fraser Kelly. And it's just pushed across the sideline again by the defence of O'Connor. Again, Springer looking for options. Cuts back to Fraser. Managed to maintain possession. Lofted towards the back post, but no runners there in the end. Ayres couldn't get there, and it heads off. Thornton watchfully saw it away. Thornton with the goal kick. Drives long, beats the first group. Kingston Hogg gets a boot to it. Holds up possession, tries to feed it down the line, but gets it back. Neal now. Dispossessed by Brown. Now Charlestown look to move the point of the attack. Lucas switches it wide. Spranger. Down the line, looking for Lucas, but a little overhit. Kearney. Lucas can't keep her feet. Kearney happy just to send it across the line. Very cagey as we head towards half time.
Yeah, Maitland are staying strong in the back there. Charlestown are just finding it hard to break through into their box.
Certainly are. Continue to push the pressure on there. Spranger gets the throw again. Looks for Fraser Kelly. Kearney, though, gets ahead to it and heads it back across the sideline for another throw. She's got plenty of touches just through throw-ins, is Kate Spranger. Again, this time the Nardovic, and another one.
Almost in exactly the same spot, actually. So there you go. Getting the throw in practice.
A little breather while she has to go and chase the ball. Goes again. Fraser calls for it down the line. Aussie over the back of the pack and beats everyone in the end. It sits up nicely, though. Fraser Kelly ends up with a little tap on for Lucas. Lucas takes a strike, but Thornton gets down to it at the near post. Hasn't had too many opportunities to get involved, but shows she's certainly the equal of Bartels at the other end. A strong save. Drives this one long. Brown brings it down, end swing, fighting for it. Stableford over the top of Fraser, and everyone was tangled up, and the referees found a foul against Maitland. Not long to go here in the first half. Headed forward. Ayres with a good touch. Parried away by O'Connor. Pountney now. Feeds it down for Enswang. Nice turn. Chips it forward for Stableford. Brown's there. Bartels comes out and drives it back the other way. Kingston Hogg down the right. Tries to get outside of Dickey. Brown's there and pushes it wide across the sideline. They go shoulder to shoulder, but neither can get to the ball. Maitland now in the attacking third. Looking for something. Headed backwards, and it's going to go out for a corner. Almost at the half-time break here. This might be the last action we see.
Oh.
No, we won't even see the corner. The referee says that is half-time. And we'll have a short break here, but it is tied up at 0-0 in the final of the Women's State Cup for Northern New South Wales. Charlestown Azzurri up against Maitland. They've had their chances, but neither able to convert just yet. We will take a short break and we'll rejoin you momentarily with the second half here from Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility as Maitland and Charlestown battle it out for the Women's State Cup. Welcome back for the second half of the Women's State Cup final. Maitland up against Charlestown, all on the line over the next 25 minutes. 0-0 at the break. Very little separating the two teams in terms of opportunities or momentum so far. It's been an entertaining first half. Physical, but I was going to say no cards. We did see one card. This wasn't for a player on the field. It was one of the assistant coaches who was very animated, shall we say.
Yeah, that's it. So there's no players with cards. We've got 25 minutes, which is short. So let's see what these two, they're going to have to really go for it.
Animation from the assistant coach probably just shows what it means, these two sides. It's a big rivalry. We talked about that earlier. They've clashed a number of times. Charlestown, the bragging rights in the League Cup final. Maitland would love to get one back. Charlestown would love to just make that wound of rivalry a little bigger. Nice footwork there. Fed forward for Kingston Hogg. She's got Pountney outside. Fraser a slip. Ball pushes through her legs. A little touch there, and Fraser loses the footing, and the nudge was called a foul. Fraser happy to leave it for Bartels now. They'll push their numbers forward to Zuri. Bartels goes long, finds Ayres. Now it's pushed forward and wide. Williams looking for Fraser Kelly. Does well to bring it back. Williams again. Tries to slice through. Pountney takes it away though. Feeds it forward looking for end swing. Can't find her. Togo Paragilli.
Great turn there.
A bit of a slip up there, but Martin cleans it up. See the execution not quite at 100% for both these sides. O'Connor clipped after the pass, and the referee judges another foul.
I think it's partly fatigue as well. We start to get a bit more collisions. People a bit slower getting to the ball. They accidentally collect the player.
I was going to say those reactions of pulling out too sometimes just aren't there. The brakes don't work. That's kind of sometimes what goes first when you're fatigued, isn't it? Just the ability to actually pull up on the spot or pull out of something that you commit to and then realise. So one thing I will say in the games that I've had the fortune of calling between these two sides, as much as they're physical and no holds barred, there's no real malice between the two sides. Another throw in here. This time for Zuri. Of course, it's Kate Spranger again. I think if we're looking for stat lines, that'd be the most dominant one of the first half is Kate Spranger taking throw-ins.
That's it.
Fraser feeds the ball down the line. Lucas prods it forward. Charlie O'Connor will be beaten by the ball across the line. And Maitland will have a throw deep in defensive territory. Pushed across the line again. Another throw for Maitland. Kearney throws down. Stableford racing forward. Marianne swing in the midfield. Can't quite get the pass. Renee Pountney was open on the right. Oh, it just required a tap on. She just couldn't quite get it there.
Could have been a small chance there.
Yeah, I think Renee Pountney would have loved to have had a one-on-one opportunity with Demi Bartels. Both benches have their subs warming up now, and we see a change, looking to just inject some fresh-ish legs into the game. I won't try and pretend that too many legs will probably be fresh after already 250 minutes of football for these two sides leading into this game. Stableford dropping it back, a little bit of miscommunication. Morley gets there as a little bit of wind picks up here at Spears Point. Nenadovich under pressure against Ayres, does a nice little turn back away, then overcooks it. Stableford was flat-footed and couldn't get there.
Yeah, Charlestown playing pretty tight on their players in defence. Finding it hard to Maitland just finding it hard to shake the player.
A lot of space for the ball in attack. That's right for Maitland. Charleston setting everyone fairly wide right. Brennan Williams, though, holding the touchline here on the left. Charleston will get the throw. Well, Neal's just eyes up and spotted Williams wider, so she'll drift out a little. Also cognizant, though, of the threat of Melina Ayres and Sienna Fraser-Kelly in the middle. Another throw for Charlestown. Spranger again. Stayfoot cuts back infield, feeds it onto Enswing. Turns against one, takes on a second and gets away with a pass. Feed it in, Stableford. And the defence recovers and swarms and closes her off, and they've done that very well so far today, Charlestown. Thornton pushes it out. Both sides happy to try and string passes together. Nardovic overcooks that one, however.
Right idea. Could see the space on the outside, but just slightly too high and long.
We've already seen a couple of times in this half Renee Pountney in a little bit of space here, and you don't want to be leaving anyone on the attacking third with that much space, but certainly someone with her ability to finish. Gosner drives this one forward. Brown plays it into the body of Pountney. Does well to keep it in. Lays it off for Enswing. Up against Brown. Brown's going to take it to the outside and try and, I was going to say, connect with Togo Paragilli, but the lane didn't open, so she just parried it across the sideline. Temperature dropping here further as his wind picks up a little. It feels like it's coming off the Barringtons, that wind. It's certainly fresh would be a generous word. It's Goston that tracks back. We'll give it to Thornton. My weather app says it's 14 and feels like 11. I think it's exaggerating.
No, it's definitely colder than 11 degrees.
Yeah. Well, time for some new meteorologists, I think. Maitland working it out of their defence here. Push forward, Stapleford again, looking for Enswing. Enswing and Togo Paragilli in a foot race. Togo Paragilli wins out, lays it back for Bartels. She's going to just take it in front of an advancing Sophie Stapleford. Prodded across Kingston Hogg. And Neal comes away with it. Couldn't find the target with the pass, though. Now Charlestown will try and go around the outside with Williams. Couldn't control it, Will O'Neill. Using all the smarts there just to shepherd her across. Finds Enswing with the throw. Back for Neal. Nice little touch back inside Williams. Feeds it down the line. Pountney's there. Cuts back across. Heavy touch. Fraser's going to get to it and clear it. Continue to work it forward to Maitland. And Connor prods that one. Just exchanging passes back and forward. It's like a game of horsey backs at the moment. Neal's going to go all the way back to Thornton and just try and settle things. Fraser takes it down. Now under Nardovic. O'Connor. So I'm going to see a change here for Azuri. Pushing it through, but no runners for Charlestown. Thornton will take it on. Thornton drives long. Togo Paragilli pops it up. Fraser with a header. Fraser-Kelly. Pushed back now. O'Connor. Feeding it down, looking for Enswing, but Togo Paragilli picks it up and goes for a run. Pops it off for Ayres. Ayres and Gosner. Williams, Neal. Williams still has the ball somehow. Now she is dispossessed. Pountney pushes it forward, looking for Enswing. Bartel's going to have to come out of a box and she'll push it across the line. Pountney going for the quick throw, but Charlestown will be making a change. Only Fraser Kelly coming off. Nia Small goes on. O'Neill with the throw. Goes to end swing. Fraser comes in and takes it away. Small gets a touch. Fraser ranging down the sideline here. Plenty of space to work. Time. Can she find the cross? She's got Small in the pocket. That's where she goes. Small tries to cross it in, looking for Ayres. It's just taken away. Nenadovich advancing. Stableford switched to the right. Comes to knock on that left boot. Nenadovich splits between two. Comes away with it. Pops it back for Gosner. Stableford waving, calling for it. And go the other way. O'Connor, a little touch on from Pountney. Kearney up against Spranger. Shoulder to shoulder. They're tussling for it. The ball goes across the sideline. And Charlestown throw deep in the attacking territory. Williams cleared by O'Connor. Pountney can't quite get there. Interesting to look at Maitland. Pountney and Stableford having switched sides now in attack. Just looking to find something, find a bit of a mismatch maybe.
Yeah, there's been a bit of space on this right-hand side and they just haven't quite capitalised on it. So maybe that's why the switch.
A little bit more, just a step more pace for Stableford. And swing, tries to turn away. Push wide. It's going to be a touch heavy, is it? No, Stableford managed to trap it infield. Will O'Neill ranging forward. Challenge after the ball. Look, Neil now. The referee's going to let that go. So Stableford asking the question with some gesticulation.
That's it, just politely asking a question. Didn't quite get there.
Brown drives it down the line. Gosner and Ayres. O'Connor there. Drives it across the sideline. Melina Ayres will try and take the quick throw. Small not paying attention. Ayres was looking to hit her early. And she goes long into the box. And Lucas into the back of O'Connor and it's a judge a foul.
Both sides are looking to really play forward quite quickly.
They certainly are, trying to keep things moving. A bit of interaction with the fourth official on the Charlestown bench. All looks like it's in good spirits. Some laughs happening, so good management there, I think, of just a few tempers starting to boil up a little.
Yeah, that's it.
Togo Paragilli to take this. She's only been a standout in defence for Charlestown this season. Lofts it into the box. Gosner gets a header. Speaking of standouts in defence, there's another one in Talia Gosner. Sophie Stableford, a little too heavy with the touch. Nice Small drops it back. Brown tracking. Feeds it in. Williams appealing for a foul from the Nenadovich. Morley feeds the ball, trying to thread the needle. Gets up well for the header. Kingston Hogg, now Morley. Little nudge on Fraser. Again, I just think she was trying to advance inside and get the body there, but took the player down without the ball. Togo Paragilli again here with the dead ball opportunity. Time ticking down. Just a reminder, if we are still level in scoreline at full time, it will go to penalties. Pountney for end swing. Nice little 1-2. Pountney racing down the outside. Tries to get some space and find a ball. End swing was cutting back the other way. Pountney didn't see a turn. And again, the threat deteriorates. Both teams just really struggling to turn that attacking midfield play into a real attacking threat at the moment. Faradicki and the Nenadovich come together shoulder to shoulder. Pountney feeds it down. Kearney comes away with it. Play on, says the referee. And a throw in after the ball gets pushed across the sideline. Josie Morley just asking a question to the referee about a couple of those challenges, but well, certainly from our position, I know it looks like both sides are giving as much as they're getting.
Yeah, I think it really is. I mean, there's some hard tackles, there's some little bit late nudges now that fatigue is setting in, getting a bit of frustration, I think.
It's got to be a hard piece as a referee as well. You've got to kind of, I guess, take some allowances for that fatigue and all those sorts of things that are coming into it. As everyone's cold, everyone's stiff. As I said, there's not a lot of malice in most of these challenges. It's just a little bump as people can't pull up, and both sides are giving what they're getting. And there's nothing too outrageous. Well, we're here to see them play football in a cup final, right?
Exactly. I think both sides are obviously wanting to be on the ball.
Cara Dickey going down. She was hobbling a little bit. The knee and hamstring. So we're going to have a change here.
Maybe starting to cramp up.
Eve Nolan coming on. Yeah, again, all that load, the stop-start of it all, and the cold. It's a combination that physios would hate. That one's just driven a little bit too long for Nia Small to be able to track down. Tell you what, they've got ice on the hamstring. I don't think there's much need for ice. It'd be about the same temperature as the air.
I was just looking at that. My goodness.
I can just see the cold water trickling down from that ice, and I'm just thinking about how uncomfortable that would be. But you know, injury management and all those things.
So, got to stop the cramp.
Brown traps the ball and drives it forward. It almost feels like both sides just hitting and hoping. Anna Fraser went in hard on a challenge there and has knocked her own knee, I think. Hopefully nothing too serious. I'm going to pull up here for a foul. Physio's getting a workout for Charlestown now. That's exactly what we were talking about just before. I know is Jana Fraser just came across there and she couldn't pull up, and knee on knee, side on. Hopefully it's just a knock. She went down straight away, both teams grabbing some water and making the most of the stoppage. It's just one of those ones that's just more unfortunate than anything else. She was coming to make the challenge, just came off second best.
Yeah, it's hard when you get into it's the end of the last half of the weekend. Things like these injuries, it's cold. Everyone is quite tired. You don't like to see it though. Hopefully it's not too bad.
No, never like to see injuries happening in our game. The interesting thing is now though, obviously players stopping for a couple of minutes. It's going to lead to a little bit more stiffness, a little bit more cold. I'm not sure what's going on now. They've given Nia Small a block of ice. And then did she just take a bite of that? Oh my goodness, I'm not sure what's happening out there.
She may have.
That she's been sent away with it. Now she's just, I thought she was going to shot put that then. I see a bit of everything. The girls try and find ways to move around and keep going. I thought they asked for the stretcher. It's not a great sign.
It's not a good sign.
Maybe just hopefully just precaution. Such a key member of their team, the captain, Jana Fraser. It just tells you, sometimes the most innocuous of things.
Especially when it comes to knees and ankles.
Yeah. Sport's wonderful for you until it's not.
Yes.
As someone who's had a few expensive surgeon appointments over my sporting career, it can be quite a frustration. Quite a challenge. Hopefully, as I said, this is all precautionary and it's just a knock, and it's hard to tell too. Sometimes the way players will respond under fatigue might show that there's more there, especially with the load that their muscles would have had over the last 3 days.
Yep.
So again, as I say, hopefully it's just precautionary. Great to see her teammates around her, just trying to reassure her. Here we go, some jackets and jumpers and blankets and try and keep a bit of warmth. Really apparently just getting a ball and I think suggesting to a team that maybe keeping warm might be the advisable course of action here. A couple of Charlestown players still moving around.
Yep.
Here comes the stretcher now. No, that's not the stretcher. That's just the winner's banner. Never mind. That's probably not sturdy enough to carry someone off. That tells you how good my eyesight is. Anything that gets further than the far sideline away, I'm no good.
I didn't want to say anything in case I was
wrong.
Right.
You're welcome to tell me I'm wrong. I often am.
Here we go. Here's Liam.
There's the stretcher. Look at that pace.
That's it.
Liam Bentley striding out. Speaking of potential hamstring injuries.
Not commentators' curse with that one.
I don't think we've got any physios if Northern New South Wales staff go down.
I don't think so. I think it's fend for yourselves.
I think he's racing out there to help out. I'll tell you what, he's been everywhere in the last week, has Liam Bentley. And running around here at Lake Macquarie, keeping everything on the straight and narrow, tracking ahead, and occasionally popping up on some social media video as well.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we've had a big week this week here.
And a big week to come too around with local football. Still some national championships to come, and then we've got the men's State Cup final next weekend, and then we'll head into round of 32 for Western and Cooks Hill as well. The NPL season's heading up. There's so much happening.
There is. I mean, it's this time of the season, isn't it, when everyone is, gets the pointy end, the important end of the season, and we tend to pile on events then. So it's busy for everyone.
I mean, it's good. More football's never enough.
That's it.
You're looking at me saying that's easy to say when you're not the one running around. Yeah, you're right. I just pop out on the weekend to do the commentary. I get to do the fun bit.
Yeah, that is. But no, it's good. Yeah, it's great to see so many people engaging with football. And tonight and this weekend has been a great spectacle of women's football as well. We had the Paramatildas here yesterday as well.
I saw that. Huge response, lots of autographs and lots happening there, which was great to see.
So, it's a good spectacle. And the weather held.
The weather did hold up, which, at the moment after the season we've had, that's probably the biggest mercy. But as you said, it's been great to see, even just from some of the social media pieces, just the engagement around the activation and the whole tournament over the last couple of days here at Lake Macquarie, Spears Point. It's been wonderful to see, and we saw the pinnacle of the community game just before in a wonderfully played game between Urunga and Lake Cat-Eye, and congratulations again to Urunga for taking out the community plate. But it's been great just to have that opportunity, and even in the week leading up, just all the community sides being able to get involved, and as we said in this tournament, the State Cup, for the community sides to be able to play against the best of our region in the NPL teams. It's wonderful, and everyone's embracing the right spirit. We saw some upsets, some surprise matches, and just looks like it's all been played in really good spirits.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's always good when you get to play teams that you don't usually play week in, week out. Obviously, the game is growing as well, particularly in the women's space. It's evolving each year, so it's nice to see that on display, and connecting our regional teams as well. We're regional clubs in with NPL and teams in Newcastle and Hunter Valley. So it's just good all-round weekend of football. It
certainly is, and we touched on it before too. Speaking of connecting regional, we've got the Regional Super League this year as well in its first year, and despite the weather that a lot of Northern New South Wales has had, they have soldiered on and persisted, and we're getting to the business end of that, so that'll be into the finals soon. I think the finals for that are going to be held in early October up in Tamworth at Scully Park, which is exciting, not only to have the Regional Super League, but to be able to take the pinnacle event out to the regions as well. So that's going to be exciting for those clubs that are successful in making it through in the inaugural edition.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great addition this year. I mean, we'll start, and I think it's been a good start to engage. We had quite a lot of clubs actually partaking in that league, and it's nice to have a finals in Tamworth. I guess that cup will grow as years come by, and yeah, it's a good addition.
Yeah, it's certainly been interesting talking to some of the clubs that are involved in regional football and those who aren't involved, and they sort of said, look, that's now sort of an aspiration for them, not just to, be strong in their own competition, but maybe to have that opportunity in the coming years, allowing that succeeds and grows. So that's positive, and I had the benefit of getting to go up and call in Urunga a couple of weeks ago and saw the Urunga girls and the men's side both playing. Urunga playing against Armidale City West side, and their men's side played against Woolgoolga, which was great to see. And I was talking to you before off air, just that wonderful community environment and what a day it makes for those clubs to get the opportunity to host one or two of the round games. Urunga got to host two. They hosted Lake Cat Eye last weekend as well. Is really exciting. I think it's an awesome opportunity for them to be proud of and show off their facilities and their hospitality, and also just have something that's maybe that next tier. It's kind of the equivalent of it for a European club of going to that Champions League. It's that next tier for them. Above and beyond their local competition, and again, it's more football and it's more eyes because some of those games are being streamed, etc., on some of their young talent.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's great for the young ones coming through, and they can have a look at that and aspire to be in those teams, and they can see and identify that there is a pathway in their local club. They don't have to move straight away to Newcastle or other NPL sides. That they do have that stepping stone for them. They can stay at their local club, so yeah.
It'll be good. Obviously, with the streaming of it too, it means as we know, there's so much access for top tier clubs, whether that's A leagues, academy sides, whatever it might be, to start looking at some of these players as well. And the more they're being streamed, the more they're in the spotlight. Obviously, the more those opportunities for them to be identified. Or just to have a nice highlight reel, if you're a player who's not looking to aspire to go any further than your local club, have a nice highlight reel to show the kids and the grandkids later on.
Yep, that's it.
So, yeah, it's always interesting to see some of these other clubs making their name. And, I don't doubt that some of these clubs like the Urungas and Lake Cat Eyes will start to see them over the years. They'll become much more familiar names. And so, like we do when we have, the Australia Cup round of 32, and we've got clubs that, make consistent appearances like probably Edgeworth and Broadmeadow, most notably out of northern New South Wales. These are clubs that then become familiar to people outside the region and those sorts of things. And that builds their brand as well, so that when they're looking to recruit as well, it works the other way. Still just waiting to see what the outcome is going to be here in terms of...
Got a big clump of officials.
We do. It's, yeah. We've got the coaches, we've got the referees, we've got northern officials as well.
Player hasn't moved yet.
No. Let's see what comes of it. Just waiting to see what comes here. It doesn't look like they're... Just hearing that they'll be waiting a little while doing a 10-minute check and waiting for an ambulance. So both teams undoubtedly going to try and do their best to keep warm in the very chilly conditions here at Lake Macquarie.
It's an unfortunate delay.
These are thoughts with Jonah Fraser at the moment. Just a little tangle and a collision. Just watching back the replay. Very little in it. So again, our thoughts with Jonah Fraser. All supported by teammates and family out there while we await an ambulance. But with teams heading back to the sheds, we might actually take a little bit of a break on commentary, and we will endeavour to keep you updated as this unfolds from here. We'll be back with you as soon as we possibly can on the Northern New South Wales Football YouTube channel. At the moment, the State Cup final at a halt, tied at 0-0, Maitland and Charles Senazuri.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just an update on the match itself at the moment. The match is suspended at this point until we can deal with the injuries. We will likely reconvene with the penalty shootouts as time has elapsed once an ambulance has arrived. We will give you an update every 10 minutes for the next half an hour if it goes that long. and we'll keep you updated throughout. The players are just going inside to say war, given the best condition for finalising the match.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, it's very good.
Do you have anywhere you're putting up just like a screen on the street? Just saying that like Gators Rory's doing against Shortland.
They are asking. So, yeah, see that.
Thank you.
No problem.
ladies and gentlemen, just confirming the match has now been abandoned due to injury. So the match will remain abandoned just at full time. With both clubs early this week.
Well, welcome back very briefly to our feed for the Northern New South Wales Women's State Cup. Unfortunately, due to a player injury and in the interest of player welfare, it has been made a decision from Northern New South Wales Football and the two clubs that the match will be abandoned at this point. There will be a decision in the coming days between the clubs and Northern New South Wales Football in regards to what will occur from here. Please stay tuned to the Northern New South Wales socials for all your updates as we go forward. But on behalf of myself, Alan and Eve, a big thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to bringing you much more of the Northern New South Wales NPL First and Reserve Grade Women's and Men's competition live and free on the Northern New South Wales Football YouTube channel across the remainder of the season.